Joseph Smith's Holiness to the Lord layman includes other magical symbols. In the upper right quadrant of the parchment is a non-symmetrical emblem with 5 points and 7 internal compartments. In the central compartment is written one of the names of God, Adonai. In 5 of the other 6 compartments are written the tetragrammaton in syllables. The blank compartment is a mistake, as there should only be 6 compartments according to the occult sources. This sign was correctly drawn on Joseph's St. Peter bind them layman. The 5-pointed sigil with the names of God served 2 purposes. First, it identified the good spirit which the layman sought to bind in this case. Secondly, it was an incantation of power following the pattern that all things should be done in the name of the Lord. In the bottom right and upper left quadrants are 2 circular sigils. Both symbols appeared in Ebenezer Sibley's Handbook on the Occult Sciences. According to Sibley, the symbol at the lower right of Joseph's layman carried the label, "Whosoever beareth this sign need fear no foe." The symbol in the upper left quadrant bore the label, "Whosoever beareth this sign, all spirits will do him homage." At the bottom center of the layman is a circle surrounded by 4 joined Maltese crosses. This same symbol is found on the St. Peter bind them layman with the name Pa Li Pa. Pa Li Pa is reported to be the name of an angel from the Jewish Kabbalah. The Pa Li Pa protects virgins and uncontaminated youth against seduction, debauchery, and prostitution. It also elevates the mind towards virtue, honor, and revealed religion. To the left of the Pa Li Pa symbol is a related sigil, with a Maltese cross above a tree-like structure. It is an obvious representation of the mythical tree of life. At the top of the tree is written the word Omega, and the root Agla. Omega is a reference to Jesus Christ as the first and the last, while Agla is a Kabbalistic name of God. The symbol possibly made its bearer holy to every need or task. To the right center is another angelic sigil, the so-called Nalga symbol. Nalga is another angel from the Kabbalah. This symbol, when worn around the neck, as Joseph's parchments were, protected its bearer against witchcraft and suicide. The Smith family was prone to depression, or melancholia, as it was called back then, so this talisman was helpful in this regard. Above the Nalga symbol are 3 letters IHS. Originally, these letters signified the Latin in hoc signo, or in this sign thou shalt conquer. These 3 words appeared in the Emperor Constantine's vision of the cross, resulting in his conversion. Later, it came to signify Iesus hominum salvator, Jesus, Savior of men. At the center left, directly above the Nalga symbol, is the astrological sign of Joseph's birth planet, Jupiter. Jupiter's symbols were also meant to combat melancholy. At each corner of the Holiness to the Lord parchment are pentagrams, 5 pointed stars. These pentagrams were required when producing a layman to invoke good spirits. These same symbols are found in early temples, such as the Star Stone at the Salt Lake Temple and the inverted pentagram of the Nauvoo Temple. There are many explanations for the presence of pentagrams on LDS temples. If we are to take the magical explanation for their presence on laymans invoking good spirits, then one reason, other than their obvious cosmological meaning, is to invoke the appearance of Jesus Christ, whose name appears on temples and whose house it is. The most important symbol on the Holiness to the Lord layman is found in the center. According to one manual on magic, a layman for invoking a spirit must have the star and name of the spirit governing that star in center. It is this angel that is the object of the talisman. The star on Joseph Smith's Layman is 12-pointed rather than 6-pointed. The name of the angel Raphael is inscribed in the center of the star. There are known 12-pointed Raphael stars in books of magic. Raphael, therefore, was the angel targeted by the magical parchment. Though Raphael is not named in the Bible, he is a prominent angel in other apocryphal works. And we know from Joseph Smith that there is an angel named Raphael ahead of one of the dispensations. Joseph heard his voice. Judging by the fact that Raphael did appear to Joseph Smith, at least in voice, the Holiness to the Lord Layman with Raphael's name may have magically assisted in the angel's appearance. Before leaving the topic of the magic parchments, there are two important points to consider. First, while all three parchments had specific and individual purposes, all three were also used for treasure seeking. We know that Joseph, by his own admission, was involved in treasure hunts early in his life. Secondly, all the symbols on the magic parchments, circles, crosses, trees, pentagrams, and others, were derived from the archetypes of the polar configuration. Indeed, all magical symbols come ultimately from this source.